Hi makers! In this video I will go through step by step how to make this camera slider for your smartphone or even DSLR. It's very cheap to make, and if you already have these things at home, then it's virtually free. It's very versatile, and for my version you can just attach some wheels so you can slide it even further. Now let's get started with the tutorial. So to make this camera slider, you will first need a coat hanger rack. Two important things: that it must have at least 2 of these crosspipes and 4 legs. A bonus if it has wheels. Then you will need 4 screws, 16 even smaller screws, 8 of these small wheels for furniture, 1 long screw, 1 broken tripod, 1 piece of 45 by 45 mm lumber, and a sheet of 50 mm thick MDF or OSB. The 2 outer crosspipes were secured with screws, unlike the inner ones which weren't. So to remove the inner ones, I first had to remove the 4 screws from the outer crosspipes. Then I could remove the inner pipes. I then secured the outer pipes back in place. Unscrewing the 2 screws, I also removed the top part of the hanger. Then I removed all the wheels, starting to look like something. Then I calculated the platform's length. I started by taking 1 furniture wheel and measuring the height of it. Multiply that by 2, then measure how wide the rail is from the outer side of one pipe to the outer side of the other pipe. Add that to the previous product. And last but not least, add that to 4.5 times 2. For me, the result was 38.5 centimeters. I then decided that the platform should be 15 centimeters wide. So I marked out 2 of those lengths on the 45 mm lumber. I then marked and cut the board 15 centimeters wide and 40 centimeters long, adding a margin of 1.5 centimeters. I also cut the 2 lengths of lumber. I positioned one of them at the edge of the table, placed the board on top and clamped them down as shown. I pre-drilled 2 holes and drove in a pair of the longer screws. I repeated this with the other side, but I will redo this in a moment. I flipped the platform upside down. I placed one of the wheels sideways and held it down at the corner of the wood. I placed another wheel upright and right next to the previous wheel. I removed the first one carefully. Then I pre-drilled and drove in 2 small screws through the remaining wheel. I repeated this step at the other corner next to it. Next, I secured the wheels onto the side too. They should be fixed, so they barely touch the previous wheels. Use the small screws here too. I took the platform and placed it on the rail, with all the 4 wheels touching the pipe. I sticked another wheel between the other pipe and the platform and marked the wood. I extended the lines using an angle ruler. On the other side, the vertical wheels should sit at each end in between the 2 lines, and the horizontal ones should be fixed to lumber as previously. So notice here, if I would drive in these screws all the way, they would stick out quite much. So to solve that problem, I just cut another pair of 15 cm long pieces of lumber, attached them at the top and drove in the screws. Now, I need to readjust the lumber with the bigger gap between the wheels. I flipped the platform again and took out those 2 screws. I placed the platform on the rail and clamped the side to the platform. Make sure you use a clamp that doesn't shoot off your camera. And also, make sure the wheels on that side sit tight against the pipe. All other wheels should too. Test if it rolls smoothly, without side bobble. If yes, then re-secure it with screws after pre-drilling. Remove the clamp. Cut a 45 mm long piece of lumber, but if I would redo this, I would probably cut it at least twice as long. Mark the center of the platform, drill a hole, and secure the piece with the last small screw. Mark its center on the top and secure the camera mount in the center with super glue. Drill a hole in the board and another through one end of the remaining lumber. Secure it with the last longest screw to the platform. This will act as a handle. The construction is done. The only thing left to do is to unscrew the foam mount, stuff the screw with tape, and paint the wood with 2 to 3 coats of spray paint or use other paint. And it's done. Just place the platform on top of the rail and screw the mount back on. Now I will show you some footage shot with the help of this slider. Enjoy! So thanks for watching, I hope you really liked this one, please like and subscribe, and I will see you makers next weekend.